everyone, and welcome to tonight's project. I'm sorry the camera's wiggling. There we go. Tonight I want to play with the Foxy Friends stamp set. This is one of the stamp sets that's going to carry over to the new catalog. And tonight we're going to make this explosion box. Okay, what is an explosion box? Basically, it is box shape. Okay, you take the lid off and the whole inside opens up. Just like that. Isn't that neat? There's no adhesive on it except for the DSP. But when you go to close it, you fold everything together and you put your lid on top to hold everything in place. And it's a little gift box. Isn't that cute? Now I'm going to, I did this a couple different ways today as I was playing with this. This little image of the fox is stamped. This one is cut out. And I found the easiest one was to do the stamp. So we're going to do the stamped image of the fox. So I'm going to set these aside and we will get started. The first thing you're going to need is 2 pieces of cardstock. I am using Crumb cake. Let's get this out here. Okay. I have my piece of Crumb cake cardstock. It measures 7.5. Let me double check to make sure I'm right. Yes, 7.5 by 7.5, and then you'll need a second piece of crumb cake that measures 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. Now this is where we're going to do some scoring, so you're going to need your scoring tool. Okay. Now the bigger square, your 7.5 by 7.5, is your box. And the smaller one is your lid. So we're going to work on the box first. Okay, get my stylus here, or a bone folder, whatever works. I lost my stylus to this, and I'm still looking for it. So what we're going to do is take our 7.5 by 7.5, and we are going to score at 2.5 on all 4 sides. So there's 1, 2, 3, and our 4th, just like that. Okay, let's set this off to the side and go ahead and score our lid. Now this one measures 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. We are going to score at the 3/4 mark and the 1.5 mark, and we will do this again on all 4 sides. So turn it 3/4, 1.5, 3/4, 1.5, 3/4, and 1.5, just like that. So I don't know if you can see the score lines, but we have 4 little squares down here. So this is our lid, okay? Now I'm going to set this off to the side, and we will have to do a little scoring, a little bit more, and some trimming. So let's take our big piece, the 7.5 by 7.5. You're going to need a ruler and your stylus or bone folder. And you see down here, we're going to work on this square here, and we're going to score from that corner to that corner, okay? So diagonally across. So you're going to want to take your ruler, and you're going to want to line this up, just like so, and score it. Okay, and you want to do that on all 4 corners. So line it up as best as you can. Score. Here is number 3. And 1 more. Okay. All right. So now it's scored on all 4 corners. Okay, I'm going to set this well, no, we'll go ahead and continue on with this piece. Now I'm going to get out my Simply Scored cutting tool, and we're going to cut from, let me think how this goes, this corner to this corner. Let me get that out. Okay, here, I'll show you what I mean. So, okay, you see this score line here, okay, and this score line down here. You're going to want to match those two score line points, I'm going to call them points, up where the middle of where your blade goes. We're going to cut off that piece of triangle. You could probably take your scissors and do it, and that's fine. But I like to be a little bit more precise with it, so it takes a little bit of guesswork too. That's good. Oops. There we go. 3 and one more. There we go. Okay, so it's actually going to look like this. Okay? All right. Now, these four triangles can just be discarded. Now let's work on the lid. Okay, we're going to have to do a little bit of cutting on the lid. See down here in the corner you have these 4 squares? We need to remove the outer 3. And we're going to do this on all 4 sides. And we want to leave that middle square. So there's one corner. There is 2 corners. Uh-oh. You can cut all the way up. And here's 3 corners. Okay. So that's what our lid looks like. Okay. So now all of this can be thrown away. Okay. Now I'm going to get out my glue dots and we're going to do a little folding and a little bit of putting this lid together. So let's go ahead and start folding our lid. Now I'm going to fold the big flaps in first. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something. That's okay. We can do it. Not a problem. Okay. So this square here that we saved, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to line up our corners and we're going to score because I want those to bend. So here's the first one. And I suggest going back over it 3 or 4 times to make a deep score line. I tried to do it just once through and it would not bend for me right. So we're going to do the second one and we're going to just okay, there is 2. Three, and last one. I knew I was forgetting a step. I'm so grateful I caught it now. Like that, okay? Now we're going to fold everything together. So, get out your bone folder and just start folding the big flaps in first. Like that. And give me a second. I'm going to sit down because it's just easier to work with if I sit down. Okay, so we got all those folded. Now what we're going to do is just go ahead and fold the corners. So what easiest for me is to go ahead and fold and don't try to, I guess, fight the corners, I guess. Wherever they want to fold, let them fold. Okay, there's 2. Kind of see. Okay, come on. Sometimes it'll be difficult. Use your bone folder to get those edges creased. It will lay so much better. The better the edges are creased, the easier, the whole thing will fold together. Okay, hold on. Okay, so that's what it looks like folded, okay? Now I'm going to take a glue dot and my paper snips, and I'm just going to add a little glue dot to the corners. So like where they're going to stick, I'm just going to add one there. This just really helps the lid. You don't want the lid to move, you want the box to move. 3 and 4. Okay, so now we just work with the folds again. Okay. Okay. Now we'll just fold in the top flaps underneath. And again, use your bone folder. The top flaps will actually tight enough to hold everything else in place. Okay, like that. And ta-da! You have a lid. Now you can take some adhesive if you feel like you need it, and just go in underneath those flaps, put a couple glue dots in, and then tack them down. There's nothing wrong with that, but here is our lid. Okay, let's set our lid aside. Now we're going to work on the box itself. Now this will not have adhesive on it. All we have to do is just fold it together. Now, let's see, make sure I got them all. Yep, I sure did. Now just work with your folds. Burnish your edges. Just fold them inward. Make sure all your folds fold inward. Otherwise the box won't fold like it's supposed to. Okay, and that's all that really the box needs. As long as it's folded up like that and your lid sits on top, like so, that's all the box is. And then you open it and it explodes. Now, let's get to decorating. What I'm going to do with my box is I'm going to take it, I'm going to flip it upside down, because these 4 spaces here is where your designer series paper is going to go. Now, I am using the designer series paper, a Little Foxy. This is retired, but right now, as of tonight, it's still available. But it is so cute, so cute. Just a lot of designs, and it really ties in nicely with the Foxy and Friends stamp set. So I went ahead, I used my layering framelit dies, the square ones, to make my squares. So I used these 2. Okay, you'll need 4 of this one, of the smaller one, and then 1 of the big one to go on top of the box. And then you're going to need 4 strips of designer series paper. These measure, I don't think it's 2.5. Let me make sure. Actually, 2 1/4. 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, I think. No, 2 1/4 by 1/2. So they're really 2 1/4 by 1/2. And you're going to need 4 of them. These are going to go on your lid. Plus this one, this is a scallop square in the framelits dies. That's going to go all on your lid. These 4 pieces are going to go on your box. Okay. So let's go ahead and get those down, and I'm going to grab another snail adhesive just in case. I've been known to run out of it before on camera, so I got that right there. I'll have to put that on my next order. just in case when we run out. So, now the reason I like to flip this over, so I know my foxes are pointing upward. Okay. Isn't that cute? Okay, we're going to do the second one. Okay. That one goes there. And the last one. He is going to go there. It's a lot easier to place them when you can flip the box upside down, but you get it all together. And there's our 4 boxes. Okay, we'll set that apart. Let's get our lid put together. So the scalloped square is going to go on top of the box, like so. That. And then, oh, I'm debating which one do I want on the outside. Well, I'm gonna do we'll put the dots on the outside and see. There's one, and you're gonna, all 4 sides. Oh, that came off crooked, didn't it? It's always hard to handle small pieces. And I guess that's why I'm going to stamp the fox instead of make him, because he has such small, tiny pieces. It's hard for me to get him all together the right, how he should look. Okay. Now, I'm wondering, I bet some of you are wondering why I couldn't put the foxes on the side, because the measurements, the fox is too big. You would actually accidentally cut his head off. So I didn't want to do that. So we'll use something a little bit different. See? Go. Okay, let's set our box off to the side, and let's work on getting our fox made. Okay. I grabbed a piece of Whisper White cardstock. The Foxy Friends does come with a punch. It looks like this, but it comes out in pieces. And that's where you have to kind of piece the whole fox together. But I thought, for the sake of time and my nerves, we would just stamp him. So I am using Calypso Coral and Basic Black. I'm going to open those up. And we'll have to do what is called fussy cutting, which is basically cutting around the fox. So I'm going to go ahead and ink him up. Please, please, please. Oh, yeah, he looks good. Okay. Those look pretty good. Okay. These little pieces are his eyes and nose. Move that up. And his eyes and nose. Oh, there he is. And then this little piece are his feet. His feet and his little legs. Now, since we're fussy cutting, I hope that's straight. It's good enough for tonight. I don't like that way that. I wonder if I can redo that. I'm going to move this out of the camera view because I want to look to make sure I got him. That's a little better. A little better. But there he is. Isn't he cute? He's just cute, cute, cute. Okay, I'm going to set that off the side. I'm just going to grab my paper snips. And I'm going to quickly just kind of cut around him. I do better with smaller pieces than having a big sheet of in my hand when I'm fussy cutting. So we're just going to go ahead and just come in here. And just go right around him. one a bending. And this set is really a versatile set. I haven't really played with it much, but you can make foxes, skunks, cats. I've seen people make little skunks, even little reindeer out of these little figures, and they're just so cute. They're very, very neat to work with. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a dimensional and pop this guy up. There we go. I'm going to take the lid off and attach him to the top. And then one more thing we need to do is take the linen thread. I'm going to wrap it around the box, probably 3 times. Just kind of guess here. 2. I'm wrapping it around the lid of the box. I need to be way more punctual on what, I guess more careful on what I say. Because what one thing means to me might mean another to you. So I'm wrapping linen thread around the top of the box. I'm going to pull it tight, and then I'm going to go ahead and snip it. Cut off the ends. Okay, set that off to the side. So we have like a little knot. I think I believe the little knot. That's kind of cute. And there we go. So there's our little boxes. Aren't those adorable? And how fun. Down here I added a little sticker from our new item that's coming in the new catalog from the Eastern Suite. What are these called? These are called, I think, gold. Oh, of course, I can't get it out. Eastern Gold Vinyl Stickers. These are going to be available in the new catalog. And they actually look really good on the card that I'm going to do tomorrow night. But I kind of don't like it. And also when you open the box, it doesn't spring open like it should. So this was my very first box I made, and it was being experimental. But there we go. There is the 3 boxes. And I will type up instructions and supplies and post it on my blog soon. So thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.